Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. It's the last day. A whole week of streaming. A whole big ol' week of just streaming. It's been crazy. This is it. It's finally the last two episodes. Yeah, after the emotional roller coaster that happened yesterday. I'm like nervous now. I got another Powerade. I had a Powerade each day to watch RWBY with, and I have another one. It's the same flavor as yesterday. Zero sugar, white cherry flavor. Yum 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 yum. Staying hydrated. Is everyone excited? I'm excited. I want to. Oh yeah, first things first. Important. Today was also the day the newest episode of Fixing RWBY came out, from Celtic Phoenix's channel, Fixing RWBY, and my artwork was in it. I did artwork for it. Hooray! So once you're done with the stream, if you haven't checked it out already, go check it out. Give Fixing RWBY love and appreciation, because they totally all deserve it. And you can see some of my artwork stuff in there. So, yeah, I'll post it on Twitter probably tomorrow, all the art I did for it. Thank you, Excalibur, right off the bat. Thank you. I am excited. I'm excited. I'm excited, but I'm scared. I'm nervous. I don't know where the story could go from here, you know? Celtic Phoenix is awesome. Yes. Very, very good story creator. What was I? Yeah. Back over here. So yeah, I've updated the bingo board. I totally forgot RWBY Gets Development was actually on the bingo board. Like, one of you said it at the end of stream yesterday, and I was like, yeah, I wish I could have gotten that on this bingo board. And I totally forgot that was actually there. So, so there it is. There's a few that I think I can cross off, but I'm not going to put the cart before the horse. Anything could happen in these last two episodes. Who knows? We will have to wait and see. So, I don't think I'll get a bingo, though. That's the biggest thing. Alrighty. Can't stay for the stream, but I hope I enjoy the finale. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the VOD. The VOD will still be up. The VODs have all been up for these streams, which is fun and cool. I've loved seeing all your comments post-stream, which is a lot of fun. Let's not dilly-dally, right? You know, it's been 5 minutes already. Oh, I'm nervous, but let's dive in. The last two episodes. I'm scared. I get to listen to the theme song 2 more times though. So, after this, I can look up the whole soundtrack, which is going to be exciting. I want to hear the lyrics better for the songs from some of the other fights that we saw, specifically the last couple. Like the song that played during the fight with all the Jabberwockers. I couldn't hear what the lyrics were. So I'm wondering if that's poignant, if it means something, you know? Ugh, I'm scared. Where can it go from here? I'm nervous. What's gonna happen with RWBY? Are we gonna get all the answers? I don't know. I can't... Little's not dead. Little would have ascended, right? Because you only die if you get eaten by a Jabberwocker. So I wonder if we'll see ascended Little somewhere. That'd be cool. That'd be fun. Thank you again, Excalibur. Sadly, not all the songs have official releases. I'm sure it'll be soon, right? Can't take that much longer. I mean, I guess it did take forever for them to release one of the soundtracks for Volume 6, I think it was. No, maybe it was Volume 8. I remember 8 took forever. Alright, here we go. It's happening. Are you all ready? I'm not. I'm scared. It's happening. Alrighty, here we go. I really hope I don't cry. I don't want to cry today. Wow. 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 I wonder who her voice actress was. Great timing, Lepa. Great timing. I wanted to pause anyway. No spoilers, but episode 9 was bad. Episode 10 was partly good. I've heard a lot of people saying they didn't like episode 9. So I'm guessing it's going to be a lot of like, what do we do kind of stuff. So that looked like that was Summer. That looked like that was Summer there. They actually gave her an actual design. They didn't just like fill bucket in Ruby's old outfit and change her hair a little. They did it. Finally. It only took 10 years. You'll cry from laughing for how tragic it is. Aw, thanks, not all that evil. I will say, Baby Yang looks like Baby Yang. She looks like a small Yang. Baby Ruby just looks like normal Ruby. I wish they would have gone with a slightly different hairstyle for her. You know, but whatever. Small things. The idea that you would have the same hairstyle from like when you were 10, maybe, at the oldest, to when you were 17. Let's keep going. Huh? So, it's the paper pleasers. But now they're rocks. Alright. So, I was under the impression that the paper pleasers had died before, ascended before. But paper beats rock. You're not wrong. So I thought the people pleasers had ascended before. How else does Jean get his whole list of chores of things to run around and do and to be careful of without first encountering them doing the dangerous thing and then ascending? Why? So I assumed they would have ascended before. So now, why are they rocks now? Why didn't they become rocks the first couple times they ascended? By trying so hard to save them, I stopped them from becoming what they needed to be. That's the moral we're going with here. By trying so hard to save them, I stopped them from becoming what they needed to be. By trying so hard to save them, I stopped them from becoming what they needed to be. I'm confused because it kind of sounds like they're saying, don't try to protect people. Does that not kind of sound like what they're trying to say? Don't try to stop people. Don't try to protect people, because if they go off and get hurt, then they'll become stronger. See, the thing is that ascension isn't just you level up or anything like that. It's specifically like an allusion to death that they keep talking about. And it's like, because they died, they got better and they bettered themselves. I think the death allegory muddies the message they're trying to do here. Like, overprotection is clearly the thing, you know? People can't evolve if you stop them, can't become better if you stop them from moving forward and trying to better themselves. But the fact that the ascension is played up in the same way as death muddies that message. Just a little bit. In a weird way. You know what I'm saying? Does this make sense? like you understand where I'm getting like hung up on the message they're trying to deliver here, right? You're not that late. I've barely started. Let's keep going. Alright, so now Weiss has said, we keep telling ourselves that if we lose, or thank you, not all that evil, just wait, RT has some takes on the pros and cons of suicide. Ooh, oh no. Weiss just said, we keep acting like if we lose, like we've lost, but I'm sure plenty of great huntsmen has lost before, but they were still really brave. Is it lost? Like, you lose a battle? Is that the thing we're going with here? I don't know if they've ever really cared much about that. Thank you, MED, M3D, Med. Thank you. I say that every single time. I say your name 3 different ways every time. You talked about RWBY borrowing themes, and this does vaguely resemble another game with superior execution, in my opinion, that basically says that being too protective of your companions can end up hurting them. Dope. Cool. Which game are you talking about? It's a good moral lesson, you know, overprotection, you know. It's just, in true Rooster Teeth faction, their execution is just a little weird, a little bit off. Let's keep going. Yeah, you're also eager to hug Jean, but no one noticed or cared about RWBY when she was going through problems. Okay. Okay. So, alright, I know in my version of Volume 9 that I did, I had there be a giant portal at the top of the tree, which was how they could go through. I 100% just expected that to be here. That's why I had it in my version, because that's what I thought was going to happen. There would just be a giant portal in the middle of the, like, at the top of the tree that they could dive into. Never once did I ever think they would do something other than what I did, because that, in my mind, was the only option. Thank you, Karma. The tonal whiplash of the first part of the episode hit me like a truck. Like, why are they so nonchalant? From what they have been told, RWBY may or may not be dead, or have all her memories wiped. Yeah, for sure. Like, it's definitely more, like, chill than I would have expected. Not even a little bit of a mourning period. In fact, instead, we run back to the paper pleasers to mourn them some more. You know? I don't know. I was thinking about how we came across Neo's dollhouse very quickly. And I wish we could have just chopped a bunch of things out of the first few episodes to expand stuff with these later episodes. That is always Rooster Teeth's problem, is that they leave all their interesting things at the very end, and it gets rushed, and these things could be, and maybe should be, expanded on for like more development, for more character moments, etc., etc. But instead, they just waste our time with like random filler crap for the first 60% of a volume. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Finally, Yang cares about her sister. Don't pretend like you care now. You haven't cared all volume. Oh boy. Here we go. Okay, that's a nice message. The worry of what if it's not Ruby anymore when she comes back out, and then they see the caterpillar has become a butterfly, and Blake says, maybe that's not for us to decide. That's a nice, like, for Ruby to come, if Ruby wants to change something about herself, then they should accept her and love her for who she wants to be, not be sad that she wasn't what they were used to, you know? That's a nice message. That's an interesting one to go with. Cool. Okay. Alright. I'm getting it. Man, she can't even have a different outfit when she's in, like, the tree stuff. Oh my god. I didn't think we would ever see the blacksmith again. I can't believe this is the second to last episode. Thank you, KO. Critter thumbnail time? Critter thumbnail time. What does that mean? Okay, you're not the first person to allude to my thumbnails. What does that mean? Okay, alright, let's keep going. Oh, dip. It is weird seeing Neo's face and getting Robbie Damon's voice. Is it happening? Thank you, Excalibur. Best line from Weiss. Weiss tends to. She used to have such great lines. Neo cat fight. I want to see it. I'm gonna pause for a second. I really like how they've done Neo's teeth. Cat Neo, I love how they've done her teeth. They don't usually have small details like this, which is weird for having 3D models. It makes having smaller details a lot easier. It looks so good. um I'm excited. I was thinking about it yesterday. I'm like, I don't know how like the possibilities of fusing uh Neo's abilities and the cat's abilities together is so interesting. Especially now that the cat can, like, we know the cat shoots out, like, cat lasers and stuff. Alright, okay. Okay. Let's keep going. Is the stream really laggy? Is everyone else's stream lagging a lot? My speed is fine. Like, my numbers are okay. Oh, well, no, my numbers are not okay. It's kind of dipping a little bit. Do we want to wait for a second as see if my internet kicks back up a little bit? Yeah. I think it's on my end. I believe it's me. Yeah. Yeah, I think it might be my internet. Hold on a second. Let me check my modem real quick. I will be right back. I promise. I have returned. I am back. I'm here. Running up and down the stairs. Out of breath. There's nothing wrong with my modem. So it's probably just my internet provider. I use Cox. Oftentimes, it is a fitting name. Cox Internet. It might just because it's Friday and a lot of people are using internet now. Because also I think school's out. Thank you, Excalibur. Fun fact, Neocat was supposed to have wheel feet, but it was cut due to budget. Also, best fight in the volume coming up. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. Okay, so yeah. Sorry, I'm out of breath. Man, running up and down the stairs kicks my ass. I have a whole flight of stairs I gotta go up and down in order to get to the internet downstairs. So, yeah. Seems like things have leveled out right now. So let's keep going while the internet seems good. Let's go. How is Ascension? Spicier than you'd think. I'm excited. I want to see it. Give it to me. Oh, okay. Well. Oh, okay. Here we go. And now we're fighting. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Hold on. I get what they're doing. Cutting from the fight to Ruby's thing, because this is happening at the same time as each other. We're building tension. We're waiting for Ruby to pop back out or whatever. I always think it's bad to interrupt a fight too regularly, though. And this feels a little too regular of an interruption. Like, I'd rather have a longer consecutive fight sequence before jumping away to Ruby. You know? We could pick up the pace between the cuts after some time has passed. You know? Look at the background. Oh! That's what you mean! Thank you, Dustiest Tomes! That's what everyone's been meaning when they say my thumbnails became canon! You're right! I get it! You're right! That's fun. How exciting. Man, it really, now that you've pointed it out, and now that I'm, like, paying attention, yeah, that is straight up just, like, my background fade, huh? I'd make that every single time. Fun fact, every time I make a background, and I do the, like, the green fade effect for the thumbnail, every single time I remake it. I don't have, like, a saved one that I just copy. Every single time. Cool, fun, nifty, that's fun. They copied Critter's homework for sure. I'm clearly a master when it comes to using fades and little glowing effects. I am the blacksmith. I wish I could be half as cool. I just told you that I'm out of breath from going up and down my stairs once. I don't think I can be cool enough to be the blacksmith. I wonder who voices the blacksmith, though. I didn't pay attention the first time they showed up during the credits, so I'll make sure to watch the credits this time. Let's go. finally took notes for my videos, for sure. After all this time. Ooh, 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 burn. You were never a brave knight either. Oh, shit. Oh, God. I wasn't expecting the Pyrrha model to come back. Oh, the blacksmith is my persona. It's like my JoJo stand. Hell yeah. Thank you, Adam. Perfect timing. I paused at just the right time. Didn't think I would see you in the Fixing RWBY live. Yeah, because I was in the episode. I've showed up once before. Usually it's at like the time I'm drinking coffee, so I don't get to watch them live. But yeah. I wanted to make sure I watched this one because I was in it. And everyone should go check out the Fixing RWBY episode that just came out once you were done watching my amazing, slightly laggy stream. Yeah, damn. To get like blasted in the kidneys by a mega hit, but also with an illusion of your old crush. Damn, next level. I think Cat Neo would be impossible to beat. Like, I'm not really a big one into like talking about like power dynamics and whatnot. I think it's actually a very silly thing to discuss. I get it when people talk about it and when they like it. Like, that's fine. I don't put much stock in discussing power dynamics, especially in RWBY, where clearly it's just people win when they need to because the plot says so. But Cat Neo, I think, has the pool of abilities that would make them seem nearly impossible to beat in a fight. I truly don't know how they're gonna win this one. Like, yeah, their shadow clones just are other people. They can have voices of their own. They're like, he used to teleport. I think the cat might also use they, them. Every time they referenced the cat, they said they. So I think it's actually they, them. Every time the cat would just like teleport around, floating stuff, and then on top of Neo's trickery, so you don't know which one's real and which one's an illusion. It could be both at the same time. Thank you, Demon's Liberation. Saw concept art of Neo Cat, and they were thinking of replacing her feet with wheels. Someone else mentioned that. I think it was Excalibur. What a weird choice. Why wheels? That doesn't make sense to me. Wheels, I guess it'd make them faster. I'll have to check it out. I'd have to check it out. I guess just for the speed of it. It's just like, a wheel is such an extra element I wouldn't be prepared for. Let's keep going. I like that this allegory we're going with is being used with weapons. Because it feels tied to RWBY's love of weaponry. That's a nice detail. Oh, it's that axe again. What? You son of a bitch. Stupid ass. dumb, bad, no, bad, stupid, bad. I am disappointed. Shame on you. Go to your rooms. What a stupid episode. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You don't cut it there, just when things are starting to happen. What a non-episode. I am upset, everyone. I am upset. I understand now why everyone said this was a bad episode. Thank you, Jared. Red Like Roses motif in the background hitting. Was it? Was it Red Like Roses? I'm surprisingly actually very bad at catching leitmotifs like that. Like, it took me many times to, like, catch, like, basic ones. What a short episode. It was only 15 minutes long. Why? All the others were 20. Why was this one short? That's stupid. I'm angry. I am upset. If I was watching these episodes weekly, I would be livid. I would be fuming. An entire week of bullshit leading up to this. It just, what a fluff of an episode. Like, I guess we got a fight. Like, the fight was fine. It's just too short. God damn it. Oh. Fine. Well, now it makes me wonder what's supposed to happen in the next episode. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. Hold on. I want to see the voice actors in the credits before we get going. Thank you, Carter. So wait, we got to the point where immediately after Ruby offs herself and it immediately becomes about Jean and how everyone is okay that Ruby did it. Well, we learned it's not death. It's rebirth. The death element of the allegory they're trying to go with, allegory? The death element of the thing that they're trying to say really does muddy all of the messages they're going for. You know? Like, it's one thing to be like, if someone wants to change themselves to be something they think is better for themselves, you should be supportive of them. And don't be overprotective of them, because they'll never grow to be better if you do things like that. That's fine. That's a totally cool, message to go with. But it's tied to this death concept, and I don't know why, because that really muddies the impact of what they're trying to say, you know? Show me the voice actors. Show me the voice actors. There we go. Summer Rose, Morgan Laurie. I don't know that person off the top of my head. I'll look them up. Blacksmith. Kimlin Tran. I don't know them as well. I'll have to look them up. I don't know them off the top of my head. I like both of their performances. We can see summer concept art here. This was her weapon? She had an axe? Crazy. Thank you, Carter. The suicidal imagery is really what kills it for me. Like, the message is not bad, but that's not... Yeah, yes, 100%. Like, it's really this not only just death, but suicide being the thing. It's just like, I don't know why you would... Kimlin Tran was also best known for being Chi-Chi in the Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Oh my god, that's cool. Man, everyone was speculating on Summer Rose's weapon. I don't think anyone guessed an axe. No, I think that's wrong. I think my sister guessed an axe. No, she didn't. I think she just had a sword. Whatever. Fascinating. This is a nice design for her. This is like classic Red Riding Hood. You know? Lots of red and stuff. This is nice. It's nice seeing her have like an actual design rather than just be Ruby, but with like slightly different colors in her dress. Thank you, Marie. Hey, Critter. So excited to see you in the finale. I know. Especially after this episode. Thank you, Brian. The death allegory really only feels like it's there for Jean to have his saving people dilemma. Yeah. And I feel like we could have explored Jean's trauma involving saving people without but having it be its own, like, if only the paper pleasers had this thing going on. But then, well, I don't know what happens with RWBY after this. Maybe the transformation. I wish it wasn't death. I wish they didn't constantly allude to it as being death and suicide. Let's keep going. Let's not wait around. We got another episode. We got the last episode of Solitude and Self. 26 minutes? Oh, well, I bet it's gonna be, like, 17 minutes of actual show, and then the rest of it is credits. Oh, and an end credit scene. Ooh, I gotta remember that. Crunchyroll is loading. Seems like, I don't want to knock on wood, but it seems like the internet is not lagging anymore. So, don't want to jinx it, but... Alright, here we go. Last episode. Here we go. Diving in, everybody. Oh, the last time we got to hear the opening. It's such a good opening. I do like it. Not the visuals. Oh. Yeah, not the visuals. I've grown more used to the visuals, but I don't like them. It's just weird, like, things that itch my OCD that I don't like about the visuals. A lot of color things I'm not a fan of. A lot of facial expressions I'm not a fan of. A lot of the facial expressions this volume has been not great, I'd say. You know? Conflicted thoughts on this volume as a whole, but we gotta get to the last episode before I make any finalizing remarks. I'm so curious. This is something that's like, I'm actually like super curious how they're going to resolve this. They could change RWBY entirely. I honestly have no idea what to expect. Rooster Teeth doesn't usually have something as well executed as being unable to predict what could happen next, you know, without jumping the shark and going somewhere completely crazy, right? Man, it's crazy actually seeing Summer Rose. Like in full detail. Oh, you can tell Ty is younger because he doesn't have his beard. Oh, she's lying. She will not be back soon. She is a liar. Yeah, after 10 years, finally. Oh, shit. Yeah, shut up, Raven. Shut up, Raven. I know people love Raven. Perfect timing. Rosebird propaganda. Which one's that one? Is that Summer and Raven? I can't keep track of all the ship names anymore. I know some people love Raven. I hate her. I think she is the most morally absent character in the show. for abandoning Yang, and then sitting here and pretending to be like, oh, but maybe I kind of care. And it's like, no, you don't get to. You don't get to do that anymore. You don't get to abandon your kid, and then be like, but is she okay? Nope. I'm nervous. I don't want to hit play because I've got nervous again. All my homies hate Raven. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Evan. This volume is quintessential RWBY to me. Interesting ideas, questionable execution, and some of the worst jokes I've ever tried to pretend I didn't hear. Lol. All in all, a good time. You're not wrong. All of those were 100% accuracies. Okay. All right. Let's go. What are you guys doing? What is it? What are you guys doing? I'm scared. What? Don't listen to her. It's not real. Ah, I see. The fire from their battle has lit the leaves on fire, which made him do his own smoke trip thing. I see what's going on. Thank you! Man, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce your name right. Ken? Ken? Honestly, Raven's behavior in this flashback gave me postpartum depression vibes. I wonder if the writers would even think of going that route, since they sort of tackle mental health this volume. Maybe. I wouldn't expect it of Rooster Teeth. You know. I don't think they have the tact for something like that. After not handling the racism subplot very well, and especially with how things are going in the world, I don't think they would bother tackling something like that. I don't think they would have the right understanding. Like I don't think I don't think they would want to try, you know? Probably for the best. Thank you, Sky Slasher. This revelation seems hollow. Like, just because they were more of Summer's last mission doesn't mean she should be villainized for it. I can understand the pain of being lied to, you know? Especially when you put your mom on a pedestal all your life, and you've been told one thing all your life, knowing that there's more to it. When Raven was standing right there in front of them, could they not have talked to Raven about it? I can understand that. Or just, like, the turbulent emotions you would have just because you miss your mom. I get it. I understand. Let's keep going. Beefy cat arms Neo is crazy. Oh, but Weiss, you have unlimited amount of dust. I was right, by the way. In the first episode, Stop it, Picky. I see what you're doing. Get out of here, Picky physics student. No one answer. No, I was right. Remember in episode 1, Weiss was like, "I can't help you get your gamble shroud, Blake. I'm running low on dust." And then that was never a problem. Throughout the entire rest of the volume, she fought the same as she always does. Oh well. It was just an excuse for them to flail around and do not funny antics getting the sword. Because that's what Rooster Teeth thinks is comedy. Let's keep going. Ooh. I bet if I read the book, I'd be like, I know who all these people are. I didn't think the cat could reach another, and this isn't even my final form. Too much catnip will do that to you. My cat never liked catnip. My cat was weird. My cat was old. No, he would be into it for like a minute, and then be like, no, I'm done. I do like the cat. I wasn't too into the design when he was a normal cat. But, like, the way they've gone for a villain direction cat, I do like it. I think it's cool. I'm into it. Cool stuff. A little bit like Incineroar. Just a little Incinerory. Like shiny Incineroar. Good music here. The background music. When the background music has been here, it's great. It's just so brief. It's been much more apparent in these last few episodes. Like there's been much more background music. It just makes the first half of this volume suffers so much from the lack of quality we see from these last few episodes. It really is like anti-volume 8. It's crazy. God, I love the blacksmith. She's all big and cool. Oh! 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 I get that one. I hear Red Like Roses in there. Thank you, Wild Pilot. I legitimately got giddy when Red Like Roses started playing. You timed that up perfectly. Nice guitar version of it, too. Wow. To nitpick. To be that guy. dreadful performances from Weiss, Yang, and Blake there. Ruby! You're you! How? Like, sound more excited, guys. You thought she was dead. Just, like, pick it up just a little bit, please. For the love of God. But that's a nitpick. Let's keep going. I want to hear the song. Thank you, Swift Umbrella. Easily the best scene in Volume 9. I'm loving the colors of it all. It's cool seeing actual scythe play from RWBY. Ooh! A full team combo attack! Oh, jeez. I'm gonna be honest, I definitely thought Neo was gonna die. I didn't think they would separate Neo and the cat. I thought she was going to die. Thank you! Thank you, Excalibur! Jeez Louise! Thank you so much! RWBY's arc about her realizing that she shouldn't aim for being a perfect hero like the ones in the stories and what she thought Summer was because no one's perfect. She learns to be herself because she is enough. That's why I love Volume 9. I can tell you've been waiting to say that one. I agree. That is a very good message of sometimes you're perfect exactly how you are. That's a really nice message. I like it a lot. I agree. It's a good one. It's a good one for RWBY, too. Like, of all the characters, I feel so good that RWBY's the one who got that. You know? I thought Neo was going to die. I guess she could still die from this point on. Maybe she'll stay in the Ever After. This has to be the end for Neo, surely. Let's go. Let's go. You can try to develop Neo as much as you want. I'm not gonna forgive her. Alright, so she is staying here. And she became the Mad Hatter. I get it. Aw. Blake just said, do you guys think we might have made things even worse in the Ever After? You do have the real knack for rolling up to a new place and just completely fucking everything up. Destroying buildings, killing important figureheads and pillars of the community, destroying everything. It would fit Team RWBY's MO. Thank you, Wild Pilot. Personally, I don't like the final fight that much. I thought it was a bit too fast and flashy. I understand. It was too fast, I will say. I'm fine with the flashiness of it. None of the other, fights had any flash to them. So, for a volume full of rather bland fights, in my opinion, I'll take it where I can get it. And thank you, Demon's Liberation. Neo did a WandaVision. Get the Neo spin-off going. Make that a movie. Another book or something. Neo's Misadventures in Wonderland. I doubt she'll be coming back at this point. Oh my god! This little, 1,000,000 out of 10. Super cute. Perfect timing, Karma. Perfect timing, Karma. Is it just me, or does Little look like the mouse version of the cats from Monster Hunter? Like a Palico? A Radico? A Radical? Thank you, M3D. Cry Tears of Joy when they finally decided to drop Neo from the series. Ooh, I was waiting on that. I kept her around infinitely longer than she needed to be, quite frankly, for doing very little with her. That's the thing. Keep Neo around, but do something fun with her. Thank you again, Demon's Liberation. I wonder if Neo would have the same semblance, or will it change to something else after Ascension? I don't know, because we've seen how the Afterians, the After people, when they ascend, they can become completely different, but the only human we've seen ascend stayed the same. So I guess she could choose. But I bet she would choose something different. Good theory material right there. Good fan fiction branching off material right there. Again, I love the idea of you can change. Thank you, just runner guitar. You're awesome. That's fun. Thank you. The idea that you can change into something better than what you once was. Again, I like it. The idea of it. But it's the death aspect. You had to die first before they could become this. That's that one needling little detail that just really gets me to stop and be like, well, I don't know. Like, it seems such a good concept, but the death/suicide angle, I don't know. Thank you, the real Mickey. Neo ascends and new goal is to kill Cinder. For real. Comes back, bursts out of the Ever After, and just like, this time, it's all for Cinder. That's another villain down, by the way. Not beaten, but gone. Let's keep going. Little mouse knight riding around on a jackalope. Good vibes right there. that's like, what was that book series called? Redwall? The one with the little, like, it was rodents and there were knights and things? I never got to read it. I always wanted to. I couldn't find the beginning of the story, though. That aesthetic. Fantasy rodent core. I'm all for that. Thank you, Excalibur. For RWBY, I always read it as attempted suicide, to show you can still be strong despite the dark place you were once in. That's a nice way to do it. I get that. I can understand that. Yeah. They don't make it clear in the show, though. It's a tricky one. It's tricky. Because they're not... Oh, man. It's just... It's such a sensitive topic to discuss to begin with. No, it was not Watership Down. It was Redwall. Yeah. Tale of Despero. That was another good one. I loved Tale of Despero. Fun fact, I like rodents. I really like rodents. Okay. We're halfway through this episode. I don't know what the second... It's just all credits. It's like half an episode worth of credits. Like back in volume 5, I think it was. Do you remember that? Most of the last episode was just a slow scroll for credits. Such nice background music. Thank you, Not All That Evil. Still feels weird we're told to respect her choice of attempted suicide. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's so tricky. It's such a it's a discussion point that's going to naturally lead to people interpreting it a million different ways because death and suicide is intrinsically linked to it in the long run. Back to the critter thumbnail. Yeah. Thank you again, Not All That Evil. Also, personally not jazzed how the moral seems to be don't try to improve, you're perfect, just ignore all the death and destruction in your life. I don't think that's what they were going for. I understand how you got to that conclusion. I think it's sometimes you're perfect exactly how you are. Sometimes you put yourself to bigger expectations and you don't need to struggle to reach something if you're already perfect where you're currently at. Rooster Teeth, they keep attempting to write complex topics, but also keep accidentally making really weird, muddy elements inside of it. All hail Critter, Ruby's god of the forge. That's me. I made this. This is my realm. This is what my world looks like. It is pretty looking, isn't it? Thank you, Wild Pilot. And now, through the powers of time travel, we will essentially reset everything to the end of Volume 8. And it was all a dream! Ooh, we're diving back into story time. Thank you. Hey, Lillian! What's up? Thank Thank you. IDK, I just, through the flashbacks, was sequel bait followed by the return to form. Okay. I guess we'll see. Let's keep going. So the gods came from the tree. Thank you, Karma. My most hated scene is coming up. Whoa. Well, nothing can be worse than episode 3. Let's be honest. I keep thinking about it. I fucking hated episode 3 so much with the Red Prince. What a waste of an episode. And them in the smoke from episode 4, also awful, dreadful. Thank you, Fulano. I hope it ends in volume 10. I'm so done with RWBY. I don't know how much longer they can keep stretching the story out, you know? Not only just, like, the plot itself is, like, stagnating, but just, like, also the company and interest in the show is waning near constantly, you know? Let's keep going. Aw. Little goats. Thank you, Adam. Do you think RWBY will continue at all? I think RWBY will continue. I don't know if Rooster Teeth will continue. You know, that company is not good. But I think someone will scoop up the property and do something with it. And thank you, Anton. Thank you, Anton. I love cute baby fawn and goat dragon brothers. It's so cute. Interesting choice to further complicate the lore of this world. Like, they had a whole ass episode in volume 6 to explain the lore of the world, and then they sat there and went, well, what if we did more? What if we just did that again? Okay, sure, yeah. Oh, not dragons, goats this time? Sure, yeah, totally. Thank you, M30. Not gonna lie, I'm glad to see you share my opinion that the creation myth was already fine, and expanding on it the way they did is just a waste of time. It is. Like, I'm sitting here, and it's like, it's the same thing from Volume 4. We've done this. Except rather than being shaped like humanoids from Crow's puppet show, they're shaped like various beasts. And it feels like a weird way to excuse away the Ever After. Like, they're like, oh, here's the Ever After. This whole fantasy god story. Again, like alright, tinfoil hat time. First of all, Indigo Demi-Panther, thank you. Great name. I feel like this volume should have either been a 1 hour long special or double the length of a regular volume with everything they tried to discuss, because it all feels messy to me. I don't think they needed to double the length of it. I just think they needed to cut all the stupid filler crap out of the first 3 to 4 episodes. 3, 4 to 5 episodes. A lot of that, nonsense. Wandering around fluff we could have ran into Jean episode 3. You know, we could have expedited a lot of that dumbness from the beginning and gotten to this part so we could develop these parts better. Thank you, Curly Art. The lore dump annoyed me because why do we need to know this right now? RWBY doesn't make any connections to the larger plot with the info, so why did we have to put it? Yeah, like exactly. Like changing it to and they started as a goat and a fawn doesn't change their mission. It doesn't change their understanding of Remnant, the maidens, the relics, the things they're doing. It's just more lore. Once again, hey Dashi, I get it. You tweeted at me and you were like, it's your thumbnail. I get it. I get the reference. Yeah, it makes no sense to me because this doesn't change anything other than aesthetically. Aesthetically, this slightly changes something, and it excuses away why the Ever After exists. I'm upset. I guess we still have some episode left. I won't jump to that, but tin foil hat time. I think this was supposed to be a different project. I think this was someone else's, like, someone had a different idea, and then they presented it to the executives at Rooster Teeth, and they vetoed the idea, but wanted to keep elements of it, and so they like, mixed it into RWBY, you know? Maybe it was, like, even, like, Miles, Carrie, Eddie, Kiersey, one of them, or several of them, might have wanted to do this different thing, but then, after numbers went bad, animators are leaving, Warner Brothers, their Justice League thing, all they're working on is RWBY now, basically. They vetoed it and just mixed it into their next season of RWBY. You know, because this kind of thing, like this lore dump, that would be fine if it was a new story, if it was a different story, but it's not. It's just the same story we've heard 3 fucking times now. Okay, let's keep going. So, the first thing they worked together to create wasn't man. It wasn't humanity. It was a Jabberwocker. That doesn't, like, change the story other than humanity isn't their first attempt at working together. Thank you. Lucifer and Associates. What a good name. Make that a bank. Thank you, Lucifer. I have one problem, but we'll wait until the end. Dope. Cool. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. And thank you, Evan. What floors me about this lore dump is that they gave us no clues until the end. 10 years on the show, and they still haven't learned foreshadowing. For sure. Like, I didn't even think about the brother gods until literally just now when it's like, hey, those are like little figurines of the brother gods. And it's like, I guess because like the brother gods created everything, surely. Oh, Celtic Phoenix is here too. Cool. Everyone's showing up. Wow. Hi, thank you, Ninja Fox. I was thinking that RWBY would be picked by someone else, but I'm scared that it'll be picked by HBO Max and suffer the same fate as Genlock Season 2. That's another thing, like, I was worried about. Because, like, I was like, someone will surely pick it up. It's such a well-known and clearly has a very dedicated fan base. But sometimes executives make bad decisions. Everybody's here. Whoa! I don't see how this helps the story in any way. I don't understand. This doesn't change anything in a meaningful way, and even if it did, they could have like hinted to it beforehand. It just seems like they decided to do a Wonderland thing, and then they sat there and went, "Aw, man, how do we make this fit our convoluted lore? Because we love our lore." And so, I don't know why they went with the Wonderland thing in the first place. You know? Like, none of this seemed necessary. They didn't have to go to Wonderland. You know? The writers decided this, and then had to struggle and rewrite their own history to justify it. It didn't have to be this way. It didn't change or fix or supplement anything. They could have just also been dumped into Patch and it would have been the same. You can have your characters develop and go through, like, complex things like what they've gone through here and not have to completely isolate them from the story overall. Thank you, Brian. So this story is basically, the gods have always done experiments with species, so we really learned nothing new except they never learned their lesson. Yes. Yes. Even after, and that even happened, like, post-Remnant, when they're like, we're not hanging out with the humans anymore. And then they came back and brought back Ozma, and they're like, guess what? We're fiddling with the humans some more. Let's keep going. A doorway for the brothers' return, and also their creations. I would have liked to see them then, you know? Since they've bounced out of Remnant, why can't they be here? Why couldn't we have met them? Why couldn't they have been some of the characters we've met along the way? You know? That'd be, have our heroes get to really confront them before having to bring all the relics together. Or at least allude to it in some way. I'm still waiting to hear how Alex and Lewis got to the Ever After. They're chilling on Jupiter. Let's try this world now. This one has a storm on it. Whee! I think they're trying to set up at the end of the story, the brothers will realize their creations don't need them and go back to the tree. I guess, but we could have done that without needing the tree at all in the first place. You know? It's just so weird. I don't understand. Thank you, Leppa. I disagree. I like the new lore, and we now know that the tree/blacksmith outranks the two brothers. She may intervene should the two brothers try to end Remnant. Perhaps, I guess. But if someone was to come and intervene the brothers, I wouldn't want it to be just another godlike entity. I would want it to be Team RWBY, you know? As much as I love the blacksmith, I don't know. This just really complicates things. Thank you again, Indigo Demi Panther. I wonder how the lore and the plot are fighting each other for importance. In all reality, have they had a thought about how they're going to persuade the gods? I don't think they're thinking about it, because their intention is to never have the gods show back up. They wanted to stop Salem from doing so. and they just keep failing. I guess now it would be a good conversation to have in case the worst happens. Thank you, the real Mickey. I have to disagree because you guys are moving too fast. I have to disagree because I guessed it when the cat said his creators left and abandoned him. I said something to my boyfriend. I knew he won't believe me. When this part came out, I was happy to get it right, but disappointing. Well, there you go. The real Mickey is the real one because they caught it. They saw it. Everyone applaud them. They're the good one. They caught things that we all missed. I guess in hindsight, he did say something like that. I didn't even think about it. I just assumed, like the blacksmith or something. Thank you again, Brian. So is this the idea that if Ozma does bring peace to the world, the brothers will return to the Ever After and bring the humans? Because I don't like that. Maybe? I don't know. I think what they're trying to say is they have multiple worlds. Because they said worlds. But I think we could have had that without this. Like, I kind of already assumed they had multiple things going on. Thank you, Ninja. Volume 9 is such a fanfiction-esque volume. The writers had to create an alternate world where they contort it however they want and force character development for the main cast since they couldn't do it officially on Remnant. Yes. And it's a shame because I feel like we could have done this, but on Remnant. I don't think making, Wonderland made this better. If anything, it just made us completely separate from the whole plot. For a whole volume, it could have been a movie. It feels like a spin-off movie. When I think about the plot of this season, it feels like a weird spin-off movie kind of plot. But they made it important because, Neo died, so they can't have that in a spin-off movie. Died, quote-unquote. Let's keep going. Oh, if we don't see what happens with Neo, I'm guessing we don't. I'm assuming we don't. Thank you, Demon's Liberation. I wonder what other fairy tale worlds are out there. They have, one for Peter Pan. They have one that's, more literally the Wizard of Oz. If Neo doesn't come out of her ascension, which I'm assuming we're not gonna see her do that, it means we're just gonna get a whole nother slew of hopes for next volume. Neo comes back, because when she flew away in volume 3, for years everyone was just like, next volume I want Neo to come back, and then the next volume I want Neo to come back, until she finally came back in volume 6. It's just gonna be that again. History repeats itself. Time is a circle. Thank you, Great Power. What episode we on did you like the RWBY stuff? I don't understand your question. What episode are we? Oh, we're on the last one. Did I like the RWBY stuff? Yes. Yes, I did. I think RWBY has been the most well executed this volume, and probably her entire character throughout the entire show. This has been her best execution for her character, which is amazing. She's gone from, literally a character I do not think or care about at all to jumping up to one of my favorites now. Thank you, Throwaway. Volume 10, we learn about Blacksmith's creator. We just continually just add more onto the pre-lore to our existing lore. Let's keep going. Thank you, Lillian. Guys, she hasn't finished the episode yet. Lol, chill. I know. I'm just stuck on, the halfway point. No. I'm immediately angry. I'm upset. No. No, thank you, Ninja. They won't kill Neo because she's the ice cream girl. People love her fight against Yang in Volume 2 a lot for, yeah. They couldn't have her be the final bad guy. People like her too much. I'm just, like, okay. I'm upset. Like I mentioned before, I think his banana hair looks fine. It was all just an aesthetic thing for this volume. Aesthetically, he looked hotter. He looked quote-unquote hotter this volume. That was it. It was all irrelevant. Sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit. It's just all irrelevant, and I guess I prefer him looking this way, but now it's weird. Now it's weird because he's the body of a 19-year-old with the mind and heart of a 30-year-old. It's like... That's weird. It's gonna be weird. I can't ship my favorite ship anymore. I can't ship White Knight. I used to ship White Knight hard. Jean X Weiss used to be one of my favorites of all time. And now I can't do that because he's a 30-year-old, but in the body of a 19-year-old. It's like when, like, in Twilight with, like, Edward and Bella, it's when you realize he's, like, actually, like, 100 or whatever, and he's hanging out and dating a 17-year-old. It's like, oh, you're a pervert. Thank you, Excalibur. Fun fact, Jean is young again makes me hopeful for White Rose even more. Weiss only cared about Dilf Jean, I know, and that makes me now scared. I'm scared to ship White Knight because she was interested in him when he was an old man, and now it's weird. Thank you again, Lillian. Ozpin finally has someone he can relate to. That could be funny. That does lead to some, like, funny, like, we're both old men. like, all the olds hanging out, like, it's like Ozpin inside of Oscar, Jean, and Crow, who are, like, and it's like, they're all old men, but only one of them looks old. And I don't know, it's just weird. It's like, in Fire Emblem, like Tiki, or Naui, the dragons, you know, where they look like a prepubescent baby, but technically they're over 1,000 years old. So, when you have them marry one of the other people in your army, it's technically not pedophilia. It just looks like it. I can't ship Jean and Weiss now. That's weird. Why? Why did we make him old just to reset it? Why did we do this? It didn't change anything. He could have gone through his trauma without aging 30 years. Oh, but now he has some white streaks in his hair. So. Let's keep... Yeah, lolly dragons. Yes. Let's keep going. Weiss X Torchwick's Ghost OTP. For sure. For sure. Jean and Winter? No. Because physically, she's like 30, but physically he's 19. It's bad all around. He's fucked. He can't marry anybody. He's fucked. They've fucked him. They've fucked him over. Jean cannot be shipped with any character now. Was that Vacuo? Did we make it a Vacuo? It was all... Oh, that was it. It was all for nothing. It was all for nothing. A whole misadventure in Wonderland. And they might as well not have fallen. They didn't answer my one question, and I'm upset. Thank you, Jackie. This will be the day we've waited for. Yeah. I can't sing it, so I won't. I am tone deaf as hell. What was the point? How did Alex and Lewis get into the Ever After? That was my biggest question. Did Alex and Lewis also attempt to make teleportation portals with a mini interdimensional realm between the portals, and Ambrosius was like, don't fall, and they fell? I doubt it. So how did they get here? Why was Ambrosius like, don't fall? Does he know that this is what happens if you fall? If he was like, hey, if you fall, get to the tree. Like, there's so many unanswered questions. Thank you, Island Popsicle. Congrats, RWBY fans. We waited 2 years for a filler volume. We got bamboozled. It does feel like a filler volume. We could have had the very good development we've gotten with the characters, but have it also be with the main plot going. Thank you, Jared. The end credit song is my new favorite RWBY song. It sounds okay so far. It's a little slow for my taste. Maybe it'll pick up at a point in time. I'm just listening to it as I'm chatting. I don't know how I feel. It felt like nothing. It felt like a waste of time. It felt like they didn't know if the show was going to keep going, and so they didn't want to keep developing the plot. Yeah, where's Lewis now? Why did he make the story? What happened to Alex? Did she die? Did she just straight up die? Why did he write the story from Alex's perspective? Why did he make it a story at all? There's just so many questions I have. Like, and the thing, and where we've left off, I guess we'll get to the end credit scene before I jump to any final conclusions, but there's no end credit scene? That can't be true. I'm refusing not to believe you. I'm jumping ahead. We have to see. Surely there's an end credit scene. Really? The end credit scene is a trailer for their shitty movie? Oh, God. There's no end credits scene? What? Thank you, Lucifer. That's my biggest problem. Why was this needed? Like, we could have done this in the show. Wow. This trailer showed another shot of Weiss posing and then summoning Nevermore wings behind her, so it looks like angel wings. Alright, it was cool the first time, less cool the second time. Now I hate it. Now you've ruined it. I don't want to see it anymore. Stop it. Stop doing it all the time. Have her actually summon the Nevermore, okay? Thank you, Carter. I missed literally everything because of work, but, like, I feel as if this volume was made by people who didn't really like Alice in Wonderland. It definitely feels like they only know the Disney version of Alice in Wonderland. And that's it. They've never read the book. There were so many references that we could have gone with from the book. You know? Like Ever After High did a better reference. They did a better job. Thank you, Anton. Awkward fart dot wave. Like, okay, so, like, the, like, Bill the Lizard. Where the fuck was Bill the Lizard, right? Right? Where is the walrus, you know? I made the monsters, in my version of Volume 9, I made the monsters all various creatures from Wonderland. Because if we're in Wonderland, let's lean into it. And despite just copying Wonderland wholesale, it's like the most basic bitch, top of your head, Cheshire Cat, Red Queen. That's it. White Rabbit. That's it. It's like, what? Thank you, Ninja. The worst part of all this is that most of the budget for Volume 9 went to the RWBY x Justice League movie. It's crazy after 10 years, RT still has budget issues. You know what? That is crazy, especially because it doesn't look like it. This movie looks so fucking ugly. This looks like they put 2 Chuck E. Cheese tokens in for their budget. Like, there is nothing good looking about it. I am upset. I'm closing out of Firefox. I can't see you right now. I'm not doing that. I'm going back here. Okay. So give chat a second to catch back up to where we were. So, thoughts on Volume 9 as a whole. Thank you, Femtanga. If we do get Volume 10, I hope Ruby starts to question Ozpin about Summer and Raven's final mission together. Yes, because the mission is probably Salem. Raven and Summer probably didn't know she was immortal. Yes. It's weird that we started to set that up, and then they didn't. They started to allude to it, and then they didn't. What a waste of time. Thank you, Excalibur. Ninja, that's how budget works. WB gave RT money for their RWBY X Justice League movie. Yeah, that's the thing. That's once they got sucked up by Daddy Warner Brothers, a lot of their things had to change. But also, they had 2 years. They had so much time to, like, do things. Thank you, Demon's Liberation. I wish it would have been like Alice's Madness Returns. Is that a video game? If it is, I know which one you're talking about. Yes. I got this really dumb manga. It's so stupid. I only have the first book. And I bought it because the stupidity of it was too much. It's Alice in Murderland. It's a weird little manga. It's weird. And that felt more like an allusion to Wonderland than this. And she's the only Wonderland character. I don't know. There are things I did really like. There were things I did really, really like, for sure. But what a weird execution, you know? Thank you again, Femtanga. A better post-credit scene would have been Raven and Summer talking about how to kill Salem in Raven's tent or something. I bet they didn't do a post-credit scene because they don't know where the next story's taking place. They don't know what they're doing. I guarantee you that. I know they've said that they've thought about what they're doing for Volume 10 at this point. Like, they know what they want to do, but I'm willing to bet when they were making Volume 9, they didn't. And they didn't know what to allude to. Because my first question is, how much time has passed? Has there been a time skip? How big of a time skip? I think we learned that doing time skips shenanigans was stupid and pointless. Jean. Thank you, Wild Pilot. Like Tia said, it was a summer secret. Raven and Summer weren't on an Ozpin mission. They only made people think it was. It could have been an Ozpin mission, but just like an extra secret Ozpin mission. Maybe. That's the thing. They set it up like they were explaining something to us, and then they didn't. It was just cock tease Summer Rose again, because that's what's been popular. That's what's been popular in the last few volumes, when they tease at Summer Rose, because they didn't in Volume 7, and then they did it in Volume 6, and people kept being like, OMG, Summer Rose, and they're like, alright, if we just give them Summer Rose, they're gonna like it. But they're not. If you're gonna tell a story, tell me the damn story. Why do we waste this whole time, this volume, in Wonderland? Why did it have to be Wonderland? Thank you, Boops and Dabs. That is a good name. The season was so meh, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. You're right, it wasn't terrible. Hold up. I gotta go back to this screen, because my image is over here. This one. Like, where would I rank Volume 9? Fuck. Man. I don't know. Maybe between Volume 4 and 1? Or between Volume 4 and 2. So it's around Volume 4. I don't know which one. Like, it wasn't the worst of the worst. But it wasn't good. And the thing that makes it not good is the fact that It feels pointless. Thank you, Carter. Rosebud crumbs really make people think the ending was good. I'm not gonna lie, like that scene just is just so vapid. It's just a tease. It's just a cock tease. We like Summer Rose, so let's hint some Summer Rose at you. People keep criticizing us that we made Summer Rose's design literally just Ruby's Mistral outfit, but we Phil bucketed everything black, so we'll give her a actual design. We'll tease you what her weapon looks like. Thank you, Austin. I've seen RWBY be truly awful, and Volume 9 is not that. Pretty middle of the road for me. Good ideas, execution ranged the whole spectrum of good to bad. That is very accurate. Because, yeah, there was good things. But also such not good things. Thank you, not all... Sorry. My dyslexia. Thank you, Motel Wi-Fi. Nice. That's another good name. Episode 7 and Episode 8 were the best of this volume. They saved the volume for me. Definitely agree that those were the best episodes. That's when things actually happened. Episode 9 was just set up for Episode 10. Quite frankly, you could have cut out the brothers lore like adding onto the brothers lore, and instead just merged episodes 9 and 10 together. Thank you, Brian. This volume was fine, but it felt like a waste of time. We really only got RWBY development and Bumblebee kiss. Oh, and Neo's gone, I guess. But that honestly should have happened way earlier. Yes! It's things like what did we actually do that was necessary? RWBY got good development. Bumblebee got together. I guess Jean has touched on development. I don't see why it was necessary. I don't see why it had to be this way. Thank you, Magma Spacer. Kat said Alex wanted to go back, but he killed her in the OP. Neo's pose turns into Alex and she wakes up. Did Neo become Alex to find what she did? Maybe. No, sorry, not that evil. I misread Motel's Wi-Fi's name because my dyslexia. I mean, I guess we have now big potential for what Neo could do from here, but I don't know. I don't think that was necessary. We could have just beaten her. We could have just it didn't need to be in Wonderland. I don't see how being in Wonderland fixed anything or helped anything other than making it isolated away from the plot, because they don't know how to develop characters and have the plot move forward at the same time. Thank you, Proper Neko. Volume 9 was supposed to be more interesting, ended with very few changes and no solution to beating Salem. I'm not a fan of the suicide allegory. I agree, the suicide element makes all the good things that they did execute is still hampered by the weird insistence on suicide being the answer. It just, like Rooster Teeth, just because you talk about suicide, that doesn't make your story clever or mature or better in any way. The suicide element really does ruin it, and that's the biggest thing I would say. But the baby gods were cute. I'm sorry, Dash. They were cute. They were. Imagine they never became dragons, they just stayed like a goat and a deer. Thank you, Ninja. Summer Rose is such a mystery box character, but they've been teasing her for so long to the point where I've lost interest. The fact she haunts the narrative despite being mostly absent is insane. What an incredibly well-worded way of putting it. I might steal that. Haunts the narrative. I might steal that because that was really well-worded. Yes. At this point, knowing more about Summer isn't going to make the story better. And we've proven that RWBY can develop with or without Summer. And quite frankly, I would like to get her to do something without having to always be tied to her mommy issues. Thank you, Anton! Here's a theory/question. How did Summer's axe get here? What if the mission was to go to the Ever After to look for the brothers, and she came back when she was needed, leading to her stopping Salem in some off-screen event? Yeah, that's true. How did her axe get there? It's so weird that they... Here's the Ever After, our special little extra interdimensional world. We know one way of coming here. Falling in Ambrosius's, mid-level teleportation area. How did Summer's axe get here? How did Alex and Lewis get here? Why is that never explained? For going so many lengths to, like, expand the brothers' lore, to explain this world, to explain every single aspect of how this world works, they couldn't stop to explain how everyone got here. I don't know. I don't know. It all feels rather pointless at the end, I'm gonna say. Which sucks, because, like, it didn't need to be. When I made a tweet when we first got the couple of, like, trailers for this volume, and it was RWBY jumping the shark. Because it does feel like I thought they were jumping the shark with this one. And now I realize they weren't jumping the shark, it was just filler. It was just pointless filler. They could have gone back in time, hung out with Salem in the past. It didn't need to be Wonderland, and I don't know why they were so insistent on making it Wonderland. Something else that ruins it is they're like, oh, it's this fairy tale, the girl who fell through the world. How did she fall through the world? We don't know. We don't know the beginning of the fairy tale. Ever After is RWBY's backrooms. Internet memes. In-universe RWBY internet memes. Yeah. So it's the story that we're supposed to know, but we don't. They just say it like we're supposed to know what happens. Like, we're supposed to know what happens at the end, but if we knew parts of the story, I think it could have helped. But they made up a story last second to throw the characters into, so they could, for realsies, be fairy tale inspired characters in a fairy tale inspired world in an in-universe, which is an in-universe fairy tale. It doesn't add anything, other than you gotta throw the word fairy tale around a lot, because that was how they originally marketed RWBY. Thank you, Not All That Evil. They should have just died and Ever After was the afterlife. Yeah, they could have done that. But again, muddying up the whole suicide, it makes you, if you do suicide, you can come out as a better, more impressive version of yourself. RWBY didn't even change, and while I really like the message of you're already perfect exactly as you are, she went through all of this, and she didn't even get to change even a little bit. Jean got to change. Jean got white streaks in his hair now. He got to be special and get a change. RWBY couldn't get anything. Like an upgraded boost to Crescent Rose. Add some, like, gold or steel to it. Something to be reminiscent of the blacksmith. Even just, like, a slightly different hair color. I don't know. When we're sitting there questioning, you could be whatever you want to be, she never once questions being someone without silver eyes. Thank you, Ninja. Speaking of Summer's weapon, Sundered Rose. That is a good name. It looks like such a massive downgrade compared to Crescent Rose. And considering that this is someone RWBY idolizes, it feels cheap. I'm willing to forgive it, because it was also, like, years before. So maybe, like, weaponry build wasn't as like precise as it is nowadays, but also just like in the real world we know it's because Rooster Teeth is very bad at coming up with cool weapons nowadays. Gotta drink my Powerade. Don't want to dehydrate. Thank you, Dustiest Tomes. It's a little weird that Bumblebee couldn't get confirmed until a filler volume, while head couples get confirmed mid-important plots all the time. Yeah, and they couldn't even become confirmed on their own volition. They literally needed the entire fantasy world itself to bend over backwards and completely hinder their forward momentum until they confessed to each other. Like, they couldn't just do it on their own, they couldn't just talk to each other, we had to force them to confess to each other. That's the killer. That's the killer. Every time it's like, this thing was executed well, and then you're just like, but there was an element to it that made it kind of weird, kind of bad, kind of questionable. Oh, the story of you're perfect exactly as you are. Yeah, but you made it tied to suicide, and made that sound like it was a good thing. this really good plot point of the bumblebees. They finally get to be together. Oh, yeah, but we forced them to confess. They couldn't just confess. We had to literally stand in their way and force them to do it. Thank you, Noise Dude. Imagine if RWBY came back with long silver and red hair. That'd be cool. I'd be fine with it. Totally. Like, give her, like changing her hair and stuff. Even just making it long hair. Like, maybe not even making it silver. Just anything. Anything to show, physically, that she's gone through a lot. But instead, no. She's just the same. She's just RWBY. The point at the end was they're all just the same, except for Jean, because he's special, and he's a special little snowflake, and he's now mentally 30 years older, and he has white streaks in his hair. Because we always forget if his primary color is supposed to be yellow or white. Thank you, Lady Katie Pyro. Since we mentioned it again, I wish Summer's weapon had a sniper rifle element to be the other half of Crescent Rose's inspiration. I agree. Like, making the scythe crow, and then giving, like, a sniper rifle to Summer. I guess we haven't seen it all the way. Like, it could unfold into a sniper rifle, but they couldn't show us that in the, like, nanoseconds they cock-teased us with Summer, you know? Man, golly gee. Great music, I will say that. That is one, my only true compliment, is when the music was there, it was all very good, and I liked it a lot. It wasn't there often, especially in the beginning. The beginning sucked. The first half of this volume was absolute ass. If I didn't know any better, I wouldn't have gotten to the good parts at the end, because the first 4 episodes were just bleh. You know? Excited for new outfits in Volume 10? If there does become a Volume 10, I will not be making a bingo for Volume 10. I'll be making an outfit bingo instead. But I don't know if we're even gonna get that. Thank you, Brian. Why wasn't the story part of the fairy tale series? The Cat and John saying how the story isn't accurate doesn't work when I don't know the story. I know, yes, exactly. And they had their little animated series before. They could have had an extra add-on to it or something. What a failure of an execution. Let me know the story. I don't care about their in-universe fairy tale if I don't know what the story is. Thank you, Excalibur. To me, it sounds like you want RWBY to do a Genlock Season 2, where the character actually became better than ever because of suicide. Is that what happens in Genlock Season 2? Ooh. Instead of what Volume 9 happened, where she still is the same, just now full. I guess. Adding suicide is the real problem, I would say. But yeah, I do agree that I wish, even just like aesthetically, RWBY had a clear addition to her character. You know, like, she's not just RWBY, but now, like, internally she's grown. Like showing something on the outside. Because she did the whole ascension thing. Everyone else's ascension showed a complete change to their physicality to some degree. I wish RWBY could have gotten one. Just one. Thank you, Great Bar. So, feel they're gonna release the tale as a book, which sucks. I'm not sure how I feel about this volume, as I like 7th and 8th episodes, and so many weird points. Also, originally, Neo forced the T on RWBY. That's also true. That's the thing, I can't forgive Neo at the end. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, Neo's going to ascend and be a better person, because she's like, she killed our mouse friend and was trying to kill RWBY by convincing her to commit suicide. Like, she's a bad person. I'm not gonna forgive her. She's a bad, shitty person. I don't care about what she ascends to, you know? But whatever. They can do a whole spin-off thing with that. They've left so many things open, but have done nothing of worth for the real plot. While we're sitting here being like, I wonder who the Summer Maiden is. What is Salem gonna do with the relics now? Will we lose the other 2 relics? What happens if we get the gods coming back? And meanwhile, this volume is just like, let's ignore literally all of that. Because We don't want to. We're just actively ignoring our own main plot. Because we don't want to do it. Thank you, Mr. Green. They could have given Ruby a magical girl transformation sequence. Yes. Yes, they should have. And Neo's end was satisfying since they can't redeem her after episode 8. Yeah, I guess it's better to see her just, she's in the tree and she will ascend, rather than trying to show us whatever it is she does attempt to ascend into. She could potentially come back to Remnant. You know, the door is open for her as well. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to see that. Thank you, Demon's Liberation. I first thought Summer's design was Ruby's new design. Kinda wish that happened. Yeah. Just new designs. Even just, like, on top of just new designs, just, like, little, like, take your jackets off because you're in the like, on an island or something. I don't know. What a weird volume. A lot of people have called, like, Volume 4 filler. A lot of people said Volume 2 was filler. Various people have said various volumes have been filler. This is the only one that I can, without a doubt, really consider filler. It was all rather pointless feeling. And I'm just confused. That's the biggest thing. I'm so confused how the writers sat there, looked at this, and went, yes, this is the direction we want the story to go. That's what we want. We want to completely derail everything to do a weird filler season that is not connected to the main plot in any way. I just figured it out. It's because they do 3 volumes per kingdom. And this was their 3rd volume for Atlas. And they can't be in Atlas because Atlas fell. But they want to do 3 volumes per kingdom, so they can't go to Vacuo right away. So we needed to waste time so they can do Vacuo, the 3-volume chunk, next time. If they get a next time. They made literally a filler volume that didn't have to be connected to their in-universe thing because they're hung up on 3 volumes per kingdom. And that's what that was. Great. Cool. It literally ends the same way as Volume 6, where they stand there and they look out and they see the new kingdom that they need to roll up into, and we cut to credits. It's the same exact thing. They're just repeating themselves. They just can't, they're so beholden to their precious plan of 3 volumes per kingdom that they gave us this non-arc, this non-volume, where everything was complete, we could have done these things without needing to tie in the suicide allegory into everything, and we only had the suicide allegory because we made this weird Wonderland fairy tale dimension where the people who inhabit it need to kill themselves to improve themselves. What? I don't know why they looked at it and went, that's what we want to do. Thank you, Island Popsicle. Rewatching this volume is so odd. Did Neo know how the tree works? Was Neo's original plan to make Ruby a better version of herself? I don't think so. I wouldn't assume so. Because we see her land and then immediately just start, killing things with Jabberwockers. There's no guide for Neo. No one's telling her how things are going. She just sat there with her, Torchwick clone, going crazy. How are they gonna get 3 more volumes out of this? I know. For being a show that's already just rotting on the vine, stagnating like fucking murky, sewage-infested water, you would think they would want to, move things along faster. We know, Rooster Teeth is dying. This show is 10 fucking years old. How much longer can we go for? Did she just kill the Jabberwocker? Yeah, I think so. And then she used her clones to become Jabberwockers afterwards. She could become a Jabberwocker, I guess. A cat-shaped Jabberwocker. Well, that's the end of Volume 9. I don't know if it was enough to really help things along. A weird thing is that Bumblebee happened, and then they immediately, like it gets sidelined very quickly. like for being the thing that they were using to really, like, help sell the show, it just happened, and then it was kind of just over. Volume 10, as of right now, has not been greenlit, and we have no news of what is or is not going to happen with it. Mid-May, Warner Brothers is finalizing merger things with Discovery. When Warner Brothers first announced its merger with Discovery, that's where a lot of things got canceled and changed around and stuff. Like, we lost the Batgirl movie, for example. We were going to lose the latest Crypto the Superdog movie. When this merger happens between Warner Brothers and Discovery in mid-May, I think that is when we will learn the fate of Rooster Teeth and RWBY, and whether or not Volume 10 will or will not be greenlit. So, I guess we'll have to wait till then, because I don't know if these things will be enough to keep it alive. It might keep it alive for another volume, but I think its budget is going to get slashed. I don't think it will have the same budget as before. But I guess we'll see. Am I gonna do a Volume 10 rewrite? Yes. I started working on it already. I have figured out the plot threads of how everyone's characters are going to develop throughout it. So I've already been working on it. RWBY as an IP won't die? It won't. It might just get moved to a different company. Like, another company might buy it. Just a different studio might be working on it. I don't know. Like I said, I think RWBY will persist. I don't think Rooster Teeth will persist. I think Rooster Teeth is already struggling. It might get new management. Like, they might just gut the offices and put new management in. I think putting it on Crunchyroll was a terrible choice because it just stopped a lot of people from watching it. I wonder how many people did what I've done and wait till the very end to get a free trial and then just binge it all once it was over. I don't know. I have a lot to think about. I started taking notes of what I'm planning on talking about when I eventually write my review for this volume. Would you like to hear the notes I have? I'm sure you all do. It's like bullet points. Like, these would be the larger categories I would discuss throughout. So, here's my notes. Volume 9. Background music. Tone shifts. The tone shifting, especially the comedy crap, so bad. The squash and stretch with the animation. Their expressions in general, their facial expressions. Why doesn't Weiss believe in the ever after so much? Blake and Yang's development. This fairy tale should have been set up sooner. The style of the ever after. Some of it's really good. I think, like, the visuals of it is pretty damn good, considering. Just wholesale ripping off Wonderland and Wonderland's themes, rather than, like, doing clever reinterpretations of it. Little. Just the character of Little. It sounds like they're trying to listen to fans, but also they're being critical / pandering about it. Like the cat being like, exposition is rather tiresome, blah 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 blah, things like that. Or Jean being like, feels like I've been waiting forever for that to finally happen. Like, it feels like they're trying to pander and, like, be like, get it? We hear your criticisms, but, like, they sound like annoyed about it. Missed opportunities from where we left off, like seeing all the civilians that also fell, or Weiss meeting up with Blake, you know, right off the bat, seeing how Yang lost her arm rather than being told it afterwards, you know, things like that. Jean's whole character. Jean's a whole character I'll have to talk about. Everyone's pissy attitude. Like, everyone is such a bummer throughout this whole volume. It makes it very, like, not fun to interact with when every single character is just like, ugh, this sucks. Everyone ignoring RWBY, which it's good. Like, RWBY got good development at everyone else's expense. Everyone else had to become worse characters for RWBY to get the development she got, which is interesting. An interesting decision to make. The entire scene when they were, like, smoking weed with the herbalist, just the worst scene in the whole show. Terrible, horrible fucking scene. Complete ass. So many failures in that scene. A lot of walking and talking, not a lot of fights or action sequences, and then I'll inevitably have to talk about how the story views or frames suicide. It's just, so yeah, I'm sure it'll be like a 3-hour-long video, which will be great. Great to edit. Add it to my other pantheon of very long RWBY videos. Don't expect that anytime soon, because next up is Magical Girl May. Woo! I've decided I don't think I want to upload my edited version of Spirited Away, because I don't want to risk getting another copyright strike. That's the thing. So, and also I don't want to deliver to you a video that doesn't look good. So, I might not end up doing that. So the first video of Magical Girl May will actually end up being about Princess Tutu. So I hope you're all excited about that. So that's been our Volume 9 watch-along. It's been crazy. What a fun week. What a crazy week, you know? Thank you. Thank you, Femtinga. Are you gonna watch the RWBY x Justice League legal movie? My friends want me to watch it, but I really don't want to. I really don't want to either. I'm not gonna blame you. My boyfriend really likes watching bad movies, so we might check it out. I'm not thrilled. I will also be talking about Magic Knight Rayearth. Yes. Lots of other fun things. Will I do a video with Twins and Allison on Volume 9? I don't know. I don't know if they want to watch it. You know? That's the thing. They're kind of, like, done with RWBY, and I don't blame them. Oh, I'll have to talk to them about it. We'll see. We'll have to see. So yeah, what a fun adventure. What a crazy week this has been. It's been exhausting emotionally. It's been crazy fun just streaming every single day for everybody. That's been like cool. I probably won't stream next week. Take a little bit of a streaming break. And I guess this is it. This is the end of the Volume 9 watch-along. A little bittersweet. I had so much fun. I loved hearing what you all had to say. If you want to continue leaving comments and expressing your thoughts after the video's done on the VOD, I would love to see them. I've been loving seeing what you all have had to say so far. Thank you everyone who has donated super chats, not only today, thank you so much, but throughout the whole time, everyone who's been donating super chats. It's really awesome. I'm always amazed at the kindness of others to just give money away. It blows my mind. You're all so sweet and so cool. Thank you so much. Thank you for showing up and watching. Again, I was in the latest episode. It came out today. The latest episode of Fixing RWBY, episode 16. It's titled, I'm Scared. So, yeah, I was in that. Bounce on over to that and check that out. Give that a like. Leave a comment. Talk about how good the story is, because it's a really good story. And that's the end of Volume 9. So I guess I'll see you all next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.